Welcome to the Disneyland Forever podcast, your source for all things from the happiest place on earth. For more updates, make sure that you follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Disneyland Forever, and you can check out our website, DisneylandForever.com. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
It's Jordan.
And Daniel.
And I think we can officially say that we are now just stuck in spring.
You never know in Utah. It will probably snow one more time.
Now, I know that it's kind of been spring since October, but
yes,
then there was that weird snowstorm a couple weeks ago.
And it would just be nice if it would maybe precipitate one other time, because we need water.
Yeah. But it's a little bit sad. Like this year, your tulips came up, but they were all very tiny.
Yep. They started coming up in like mid-January or early February.
It was February.
Yeah. They're like, what do I do? What do I do? Well, you don't grow, evidently. So.
You're not supposed to grow this early. That's all we have to say about that. So maybe now it's warm. I don't know. Like spring in Utah traditionally is actually just winter and summer fight until one of them assumes dominance.
Yes.
And that has not really happened this year. Winter was just kind of like, meh.
Winter didn't do anything.
No, so we're here. Everything's going fine. You're going to see more and more of us posting about like hockey stuff because it's just, we've already mentioned we're hockey fans, we're Mammoth fans, and it's toward the end of the season, and so we're just hoping the Mammoth make the Stanley Cup playoffs.
Yes.
And so we're just, yeah, that's also kind of consuming us a little bit.
If you asked us 5 years ago, would you be into hockey? Neither.
No.
0%.
Zero. But now it's here. We're like, yeah, we're invested now. So it came as a shock to my family as well when they were like, you like hockey? I'm like, evidently. Evidently. You get me Disney stuff or Mammoth stuff and we're good.
Yep.
He does love Tusky.
He's so cute.
The Mammoth mascot.
Yeah, if you haven't seen what he looks like, go look him up. They also made a mammoth decked out Zamboni called the Zamoth now, evidently.
Yep, it's pretty awesome, I have to admit. Anyway, so that's also been going on with us, and we have one more game that we're going to this season. We're hoping by that point we already clinched a spot in the playoffs.
And less stress. Otherwise, we'll be very stressed.
We shall see. I appreciate those of you who have been like reaching out on social media and being like, go, especially I remember the ones that were said go Oilers because last night they played the Oilers and like, oh, and guess who won?
Barely.
I know, but still they won. We'll take it. So anyway, what we wanted to talk about today, and it's kind of timely because tickets are on sale right now for all the After Dark events, is that we want to talk about the Disneyland After Dark events and are they worth the money? Because everyone knows they're very pricey.
Very much so.
And so
some worse than others, but
well, they're all basically the same price.
Yeah,
they're all very similar in price, if not exactly the same. And so, we just wanted to talk about, is it worth the price and what we feel about it to help you make that decision. Because yes, you do have still time to think about this. Everything is still available except Sweethearts Night and the 70th night, but that's because both those already happened and are done.
Yes. This is in general. They will always have these.
Yes.
They will have some next year. We'll talk about them.
Always.
We're going to talk about like the pros and cons of it, and hopefully each of us come to a conclusion as to the answer of that
I think
question.
you already know what our answer is going to be, but it has nuances to it.
Yep.
We do have a new review, though.
We do. It was from Marimoto's BFF.
Ooh.
They said, you both rock. You all are the best. I've never been to Disneyland before, and I'm going later this year with my best friend for her bachelorette. She's been a longtime listener and suggested I check out your podcast, and I'm so grateful I did. You're also friendly and knowledgeable. It's made preparation so much easier. My best friend is a huge Disney fan, and I want her bachelorette to be as special as possible. I'm assuming that's what Bach means, B-A-C-H.
Probably. I don't think they're that big a fan of Johann Sebastian Bach.
It's Johann Sebastian Bach night at Disneyland. To be as special as possible, so thank you for all your help, insights, and kindness. P.S. She'll totally squeal with joy if you read this review on an episode, though I know she'll see it on your page regardless, and no, it's not. Or no, it's about her. I'm waiting for the squeal.
Pause for that.
Pause for squeal, and squeal done.
Well, that was a few months ago. I hope that your trip actually turned out really good.
Yes. Let us know if you're still listening.
Yeah, hopefully we are.
Let us know if you squeal.
But This is just like doubly. Thank you for leaving that review and letting us know about all that, and then also thank you to your friend for suggesting it.
Yep. Tell everyone.
Yeah, we love these reviews, and there's been multiple people I've been seeing that like I wish that did more to help you guys, or like that the algorithm would do more with those sorts of things. It's all funny. But,
it's all what it is.
I wanted to mention. So there's a slew of you that just follow us on Facebook, and you may notice that especially if you like reply to our stories and stuff, that you might not get a reply. So I have multiple like business accounts on my Facebook, and if I'm logged into one, it doesn't give me it doesn't give me the alerts for the other, and I'm usually only logged into one. And so like today I logged back over to this one because someone had sent us like a message through Messenger, and as I was answering them, it kept going off, and I was like, this is a reply to a story from like December. This is a reply to a story from February. And I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, go on Instagram and DM us.
I'm sorry about that. Yep. Like, we are there on Facebook, and yes, you can reach out to us, and we will try to answer. Unfortunately, it just doesn't, only when people send us a message through Facebook, it sends me a notification to say you have a message, you should go and answer it.
Your best bet is Instagram. We check that more frequently.
That one just comes right through. Yeah. But yeah, the Facebook ones...
Does not compute.
Yeah, it's just there's because I've got this one, and then I've got another one, and then I have like my real estate one and everything. So it's like I have to pick one to be logged into all the time. And the other reason I don't do this one is because when someone sends us an Instagram message, I get the Instagram message, and then I get the Facebook Meta thing message, and then I get another notification for one message. I'm like, I don't need to be alerted 4 times.
Facebook
that one person sent me a message.
In particular is so strange. When I like just log in, it'll put the weirdest things on my like news feed. I'm like, what? So yeah, sometimes it'll show like Disneyland Forever, someone did something, but I can't ever get into it. If any of you know of anyone who wants to buy or sell a house in Utah, send your info to Jordan.
Anyway, so thank you guys for the reviews, and we appreciate it. And make sure if you haven't yet done so, that you leave us a 5-star rating on Apple, Spotify, or Audible. And you can also leave us a review just like this one, 5 stars, please, on Apple, and help Dan feel less anxious.
Yep, they're kind of running low again. I need more.
We really do love reading you guys, and it does give us really good feedback. Because there are things we actually have adjusted because of you guys, so thank you so much for that.
We have not changed. Well, you changed the volume on the annoying intro music, right?
Hey,
what? I like it too, but a few people have said that's annoying. I don't mind it.
I like it, and that's why it hasn't changed.
Yeah.
So yeah, just keep them coming, and we appreciate it.
Yes.
Like seriously, it does. If you knew the level of anxiety Dan always lives his life in,
just in general, yes,
it's always pretty high.
Let's not add to it.
He's one of those people that if you say, "What's your anxiety level?" it's higher than you would expect, but that's just because his baseline is higher than most people's.
Yep,
that's all.
But you would never really guess.
No, you would not.
I hide it well.
I've just been with him long enough to know what it looks like. Okay, so for news, there's nothing that's like huge news, just a few things. I did want to mention about the shuttles again. As a reminder, like the ART shuttle service has discontinued. Apparently, people are noticing that there's still plenty of options. People have been finding there's still plenty of options to get around the parks. There are that group of 4 hotels right around the convention center that all have their shuttle now. And I mean, that's a good shuttle because you're definitely not going to wait that long because it's all in one
fell swoop.
One roundabout.
Yep.
Basically. And then there's a light, and so you can get back on Harbor the other way really easily.
It's also only like 30 feet from the parks.
It's not that far away.
Okay, 100 feet.
It's about as far south as we would be willing to walk.
Yeah.
So no, it's not. It's pretty far away. But there's also, I think there was one other hotel that has added its own shuttle service. There's the 10 that are using Garden Grove's services, and then don't forget there's always like the one that I think kind of got lost in translation, the Candy Cane Inn, which we've never stayed at.
Yeah, so cute.
They've always had their own shuttle. Yep. They've never been part of ART. And it's also nice because that means you're never having to wait that long for the shuttle because it's pretty close to the park.
Yep.
But it only services this one hotel, and
it's adorable.
And it's free. Yep. It's always been included. Where the ART shuttles, all these other shuttles, I don't think they're free with the hotels. I think you had to pay extra for all of them. But the Candy Cane Inn actually does do this as part of its thing. I'm not sitting here like saying like you should go to the Candy Cane Inn. What I'm saying is like this is something to look into. They all have different prices.
Yep.
So consider that when you're looking around. We did here, like we talked about this before, that there's a Magic Key Holder scavenger hunt around California Adventure for its 25th anniversary. And what we understood before is that there was no prize. It was just doing it for fun. Well, apparently now there is a prize for completing that scavenger hunt.
Yeah, it's a soaring over California, around California, whatever it's called.
Over.
Poster. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah, if it's the poster I'm thinking of, it's a really cool looking poster.
Yeah.
So there is something there. And this is, again, just for Magic Key Holders. And we don't know how long it's going to go on. They always just say, like, while supplies last. So
20 minutes, probably.
We're hoping that they'll still be there in, like, a week and a half when we're next there.
Yeah.
We'll see.
That would be nice.
See what happens. Also, a guest went on a float, which they were not supposed to.
Paint the Night. Pride the Night.
Pride the Night
I was looking
float.
at your thing that said about Pride Night. Paint the Night float. Yeah, don't do that. They will security will get mad at you and possibly expel you from the park and possibly ban you from the park. So don't do it.
Most likely they will. So don't do that. Yeah, you may have seen it online. There was a guest that just hopped on Mac
to do a selfie.
To do a selfie or a picture or something like that. No, they will immediately stop the parade. They'll at least just stop everyone moving. The music doesn't stop, but they will stop the float, get you off, and then escort you out the park because you're not supposed to do that. It's not safe. So don't do that.
Hey, at least he kept his clothes on, unlike the Small World guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
People.
There was definitely something else involved with that one.
Yes.
We have been talking about the Disneyland After Dark events. Pride Night event tickets are, by the time you're listening to this, they're on sale today to the general public. Tuesday was the Inspire Key Holder sale. Wednesday was the rest of the Magic Key Holder sale. And so the day you're listening to this is the day that it's available for the general public.
You probably don't need to rush out to get it. But still get it within a few days.
I think last year there was one of the dates sold out. The other one didn't. But this is what I'm saying. Right now, the Disney Channel night, Star Wars night, and Pride night are all available. So it doesn't mean they're available for all the nights.
Yeah.
But they are available. So if you're still thinking, if you've been on the fence about do we want to do this, then keep listening to this episode. One more thing that I just wanted to mention because it made me happy was that Jeopardy did a whole category for Disneyland's 70th anniversary celebration. Ken Jennings came to Disneyland and
whom
filmed
you've met.
Yes, he's super nice. And yeah, if you guys don't know, we really like trivia. We really love Jeopardy.
Yes.
I did get the chance to go on Jeopardy a few years ago. It's actually my anniversary was a couple weeks ago.
Nice.
I think, but
2 years ago? 3?
3 years ago now,
Wow.
I think.
Time flies.
I did not do well. If you're going to ask, how did you do?
Yes,
not
you
great.
did. You weren't in the hole.
I came in third.
Yeah, you were never in the hole. You got to play Final Jeopardy, and
At least
and you answered some questions right.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for that glowing review.
What?
Anyway, so that's why it makes me happy. And also, if you knew how many big Disney fans work there, every time that they knew I was a big Disney fan, they were just like, oh, you should talk to so-and-so. And they had and there was always a different person who loved Disney. And so it was really kind of cool. I doubt you've seen them, but people sent me all the questions. So I've already seen what the questions were. And
I tried not to, because we're way behind on watching Jeopardy.
No, yes, but there was some friends that legitimately just sent me directly.
That's funny.
The questions, so I've already seen them, and I did actually. I did.
Yeah. Well, duh.
Yep. But they were good questions. They weren't some of them more
that's good.
Some of them were not that.
Or the ones that are no, this is not true. This is some weird rumor.
Jeopardy does too good with that.
Yeah.
They don't.
That is true.
They don't show they don't do things like that. To give you an idea, in my episode, the final Jeopardy answer was, why did I just forget his name?
Washington Irving.
Washington Irving. I always want to say William Wordsworth. It's not him. Was Washington Irving. And originally, no one got it right, so Ken had to say oh yes, the novelist Washington Irving was blah 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 blah. And as soon as they quit filming, they made him redo the ending because they quickly did some research and found out he's never
not
a novelist.
Yeah, he wrote short stories
and poems and so they had him refilm it so that they could say the author Washington Irving.
If you ever get the chance, go to a filming of
It's free.
Jeopardy. It's free, and it's kind of interesting. 'Cause, like, yeah, they make them redo certain things, and they have to like stop.
It's fun to see, but it also
kinda cool.
gameplay just generally goes the way you see it on the screen. It's
pretty
fun.
much.
Anyway, so that was just fun.
Jeopardy.
Little side quest there for us. Anyway, so into our main part of the segment, Disneyland After Dark events. Are they worth the price? So what we decided to talk about is that there are pros and cons to this. And we've made a list. Do we just want to go through all the pros and then all the cons?
Sure.
Okay. I don't think we necessarily need to go in the order that I wrote them, but if you think that this order is weird, just this is the order that we thought of them, not order of importance by any stretch of the imagination.
Just a list.
So one of the first things we thought of was the exclusivity of activities that there are for these events.
Yes. So it's not just that it's going to be open late and that you can hopefully go on rides and stuff. There's themes to it. There's special entertainment. There's usually special meet and greets. And you can only do these things during these After Dark events. So especially if you notice there's one that like really is like a niche thing for you, like if you are absolutely a huge Star Wars fan, to go to the Star Wars nights, you will definitely appreciate how there's things that are made especially for those nights.
And they always do a good job of advertising these sorts of things. Like for Sweethearts Night this year, one of the big ones that people like to go see was Hercules and Meg together.
Yeah.
For Star Wars Night, people always love the fact this is one of the few times you get to meet Ahsoka or some of the characters from Star Wars Rebels or Jawas or Sand People. I know for Disney Channel Night, they usually have Max out, which people love.
Yeah, there's characters that you possibly could meet randomly here and there, especially at like Plaza Inn, I swear, is all the randos.
Yeah,
but
I mean for breakfast.
For the breakfast, character breakfast. But yeah, there's things that you can not do anytime else.
So like, for example, one of the things that we love, well, I guess, never mind, that'll go for more entertainment, but just like, at Pride Night, like they have a dance party in Tomorrowland. They also have country line dancing in the Golden Horseshoe. And then they also have a DJ out on the rivers of America. And that's obviously stuff that you're never going to see on a typical day. I can't remember what they did for Star Wars Night for special things all around because I don't remember any of that because it wasn't much.
Yeah, it was mostly the meet and greets. Just a lot of them everywhere, which was helpful to have them kind of spread out. But obviously, it's the Galaxy's Edge was the most busy.
Another thing that is a big pro is the specialty food. They do have whole menus of things that they literally only do for these events. They don't do them any other time.
I'm kind of amazed by it because it's usually not just like this one thing. It's like 5 or 6 restaurants will have like 1 or 2 items. It's pretty cool.
There was when we went to Star Wars Night, they had at the Cafe Orleans, none of the food was normal. They all did. They had a whole
different
experience where it was just come in and do specialty Star Wars related food.
So the planning for that and like making the menus is quite amazing to me.
And if you're thinking, oh, I'm not going to go to the events that day, but I'm going to be there at the parks that day, so I'll just order some of the stuff from the
mobile
order, like from the quick service restaurants. They don't start serving that food until after the park closes, and at that point, if you don't have a credential, they won't let you near the restaurants.
Yeah, even if you think, oh, I'll just sneak in right before I leave, you can't do it. So when you order it on the app, it'll say
it warns you.
Yeah, you have to have a ticket to this event to be able to get this.
Another huge pro is the crowd levels. Obviously, this is a big draw, and they advertise it as such that there's fewer crowds around the park than typical, and that's it's helpful, especially if you want to do rides.
Yeah,
because there's very few people who are doing rides.
Yeah, there's people who do, and if you aren't like crazy about the entertainment or all the meet and greets, then sure, do a couple of rides, especially ones that normally would have very, very long waits. And most rides are open, like even the small rides. So it's kind of crazy how they do it.
But even just walking around, there's nowhere near the same amount of crowds that you'd see on any time. Now, you have to keep in mind if you're coming and watching like the fireworks show that they do, and you're like, there's not as many crowds, whatever, I'm crowded here. I'm like, because this is the only fireworks show of the
Yeah.
night. Everyone wants to see it. And then you'll notice as soon as it's done, everyone spreads out and you don't see them again.
Yep. And obviously, during times where everyone's going to be crowding, there's definitely not going to be a line for any rides. Just be aware, obviously, for like Star Wars night, that the rides in Galaxy's Edge are going to be a little busier because people want to.
They do close.
Rise is always closed early.
That always
in
closes
general,
early.
and every day it does too.
Okay, also, we touched on a little bit, but entertainment offerings, like, for example, at Pride Night, one of the biggest things, we've mentioned that there's fireworks shows. Almost all of them have a fireworks show. But at Pride Night, they have a huge cavalcade, and that is one of the key
Yep, one of the most
things
popular things
that everyone wants to see, for a reason.
I think Disney thought the first year they did it, like 3 years ago with Pride Night, they're like, no one's going to care. But then, like...
It was huge.
Yeah, Clarabelle steals the show each year. It's really fun. It's pretty much a dance party, too. Everything's a dance party for Pride Night.
Which is great. I have no problems with that. No, but I was going to say something, but that's going to come up later. So there's just these specialty sorts of entertainment that they only have. Like, I think they had like swing dancing or something for Sweethearts Night.
Yeah, there's like different dance type things. None of it's like earth shattering. They're not going to have like the Beach Boys there or something. But
it's fun, and it's something they literally don't do any other time.
Yeah.
We're calling this doubling up. So if you know what you're doing with these After Dark event tickets, it can be a way to still have this extra fun without like feeling like you're spending way too much. And we have mentioned this before, that if you're thinking about going and you're just worried about the prices of the tickets, don't get a ticket for the parks during the regular part of the day. On we are only talking specifically Disneyland After Dark here, not Oogie Boogie Bash. But for these ones, the party doesn't start until 9, but the park closes at 8, and you are actually allowed to come into Disneyland on just your event ticket starting at 6.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely take advantage of that. So
go do something else.
Yeah, like daytime. You'll have to go to like downtown Disney or whatever. Sleep in, go to the pool.
We have some friends that we got tickets for them for Pride Night, and that day they're not going to go to the parks at all. They're going to go to the beach.
Yep.
And then they'll come and do the event later that evening.
Yeah, but that's. Especially for the Disneyland After Dark events, that last hour where it's technically closed at 8 and waiting for people at 9, that is a great time to go on rides because people are having to file out. They're starting to like force people out.
What we use it for is food.
Yep, get the food. If you're doing the specialty food, you do have to wait. Like they won't start serving until 9.
No, but we get our mobile orders before then.
Yeah, get them all put in.
We have them ready to go ahead of time for after 8, and then we can get all the food.
Yep.
So that's just something to consider. Dan kind of mentioned this already, that there's so many different types of After Dark events, so it can really appeal to you. Like, there's got to be one that's going to appeal to you if you're thinking about it. Look and see what they have, because maybe Sweethearts Night isn't your thing. This year they had that. They had the 70th anniversary night. They had Disney Channel night, Star Wars night, Pride night.
Yep, and each year they do seem to switch out at least one of them.
Yes.
So they will always have a Star Wars night. It's clear now they're always going to do Pride night. It was kind of iffy last year.
They always do Sweethearts Night because that
always sells out.
That sells out so fast.
But yeah, each year they kind of think of a different theme for some stuff depending on what is happening that year. If it's some anniversary of something.
Sometimes it's just random stuff. Like last year, Disney Channel night was new.
Yeah.
This year it was the 70th night that was new. And they kept Disney Channel night for a second year.
So you can always make new memories that you won't have any other time.
And if you go to one year, you can go to a different one the next year.
Yep.
Or maybe just do both. You wanted to talk about this one more.
So each After Dark event, I think every single one has some merchandise. Some is better than others. I think we talked about this on one of the Star Wars episodes, or like at some point we've talked about it. People think that for Star Wars night, you have to go and get like whatever they say they're releasing that night, or you're never going to get it. Most of the time, they still sell it a few days after, so don't waste your time just standing in line for it. Some of the merch is meh. It's like the year themed ones, 2026. Actually, this year's aren't too bad, but it's not. Like, it is special stuff, so just to be aware of.
Yeah, so something you can be thinking about. And then lastly, it's really just the atmosphere that you get. And I mean, not just from the crowds of people, but just They pipe different music throughout the entire park. They do try to set up a different atmosphere so things look and feel different than they normally do. I mean, for Pride Night, having the Rivers of America have this live DJ going on, it's really cool.
And it's kind of odd. Like it's a little makes you kind of wonder where you're at when you're walking down Main Street and it's not the normal like the 20s music and stuff. So
Pride Night, they have all rainbow stuff just projected on Main Street. You make good use of those projectors. On Sweethearts Night, I know it's always got like hearts and stuff going down. For Star Wars Night, we would walk around and the whole park just had Star Wars music playing everywhere. And it's really this cool thing that you don't realize how much the sound really creates the atmosphere until the sound is changed from the norm.
Yep.
And it's really cool.
Plus people dress up obviously for these certain ones. So if it's Star Wars Night, go crazy.
They encourage people to dress up for any and all of them. And you might think like, what does that mean for Pride Night? I'm like, it means a lot of color. Basically, that's it.
Yeah, a lot of red, a lot of rainbows.
But they're open to a lot of things.
Obviously, still obey the dress code.
Yes, which everyone has. Like, it's not been a problem. So if you're like, is it family friendly?
Yes,
100%.
Definitely.
There's at least a third. At least a third of all the crowd is kids.
Yep.
At least, if not more. But yeah, there is a lot of adults for a reason. Because it's also late. The kids aren't staying up that late. Talking about cons now. Some of the reasons why it might not be worth the money. So I know we already talked about entertainment, but we're going to talk about entertainment again.
Some of it is lackluster, for sure.
One of the main things that they really advertise as entertainment for Star Wars Night, for instance, is the March of the First Order, which is cool, but it also
takes like 25 seconds.
Is it even that long?
I don't know.
It's pretty short because they only have like 6 stormtroopers and then Captain Phasma, and they walk past you, and that's it.
You're done. Yeah,
that's the whole thing.
Yeah, don't wait for that. Even the ones that like the dance parties are fun, but if you're not into that.
Doesn't make any difference.
It's not going to do anything for you. So yeah, it could be a con. It's not, like I said, it's not, they don't have Britney Spears or Taylor Swift come and entertain you. So what?
Britney Spears.
I don't know. I was trying to think of Taylor Swift. That was the first one that came out.
Well, good on you. Second thing, obviously this goes without saying, is the price. They are pricey. And yes, in case you're wondering, it is significantly more than a typical park ticket.
Plus, there's no discount for kids, right?
There's no discount for anything.
It's just price.
Magic key holders don't get a discount. There is no discounts available at all. It's just this is the price. For instance, the Pride Night tickets this year were $169 a person.
Now, one pro we forgot to mention, you do get free PhotoPass with it. So.
PhotoPass downloads are included. So don't be pulling out your phone and giving it to the PhotoPass photographers and say, will you take it? Like, no, use theirs. It's free. It's included.
I forgot to write that down on the list.
But
oh well.
It doesn't mean like, oh, well, now it's worth this price.
No, but just
they are
figure
expensive.
That in there. Yeah.
They're pricey. And then we also mentioned doubling
So
up.
If you are not a Magic Key holder, you're going for a few days, and like that daytime is going to be a major expense for you, that will definitely add up. So like if you're going the day before all day for Park Hopper, but then the day of the After Dark event, you're planning to do the daytime, that per person will be like $300 because you've got the daytime ticket plus the After Dark event. Mm-hmm. That will really, really add up. So
and if you're a Magic Key holder, it can feel like I just spent all my money on my Magic Key, and now I have to spend more money so I can go to this event. Like,
it is extra. So
I mean, that's exactly our position.
Oh yeah, yeah, because we're like, oh, you're at Magic Keys, we can always go, or most of the time go. But yeah, this is a separate thing.
We don't get any discounts.
Nope.
Also, the hours of these things. So officially, we did mention you can get in on your ticket starting at 6 p.m. The park will close at 8. However, the party itself does not actually start until 9. And typically the hours are 9 until 1. And so
you have to be a night owl.
You have to be a night owl or plan to be there like the whole night. And there are some families where I'm like, man, they spend a lot of money to bring their kids to this. And I see that they're leaving at like 10:30.
Yep.
And I get it. The kids are tired, but like that's a lot of money that the kids got to stay there for maybe a couple of hours extra.
And it can put a damper on your next days trying to do park hopping or not,
or just trying to get up.
Yeah, trying to get up just in general. So I wish they started like an hour earlier and then maybe still end at 1 for those who want to get the most of it. But yeah, it's a little bit limited.
I mean, when you think about it, it is also because they had to wait until it's actually dark.
Right. but especially for Star Wars night, you cannot get everything done in those 4 hours. You can't,
No.
and it's really frustrating. But that's why we haven't been since the 1 year. So
Yeah. So just kind of, you have to plan for it. If you don't stay for at least 3 of the 4 hours at the party itself, you're really going to feel like you're wasting.
And that's
some
why,
money.
in general, we don't recommend doing just rides or even maybe
No.
any rides, because if you want to do all the entertainment, because you can't do all of it.
There's also the mix-in period. So this is the period between 6 p.m. and 8 p.m. when they are letting people into the park on just their party tickets, but also all the regular day guests are still there.
Yeah.
Even though we highly recommend that you do it, just because like you want to take advantage of that ticket as much as you can,
It'll be busy.
Is going to be insane for those couple of hours because there are so many more people in the park than normal. And it's not necessarily the most fun. So we always hope that we have like some sort of lightning lane set up for that period of time so we don't have to be waiting in a line, or like just something lined up because it's just walking around is hard.
Going back to, I forgot with the doubling up, if you do have tickets that day during the daytime, you don't obviously have to like leave and then come back in with your new ticket. They have places in the park. They change them each year.
You check in.
Yeah, where you can
The
check
last couple
in.
of years, it's been in the Fantasyland entrance into Galaxy's Edge.
Yeah. So definitely ask about that. That can be a little bit of a con just because you have to like try to figure out where to go and it's taking away time from your other stuff. But
It's not a big deal.
yeah.
And then the last thing is the merch.
It's not that great of quality in general. I mean, it makes sense. It's just
Some
for
of
one
it
night.
can be pretty good, but there's a
Yeah.
lot that's like, oh, because like the Star Wars night that we went to, one of the biggest things was that they were unveiling Ahsoka's lightsabers,
Yep.
and they were supposed to be available just for Star Wars night, and
Nope,
everyone
they
was
were
really
days
excited.
after.
But there were a ton left over.
And I feel bad for people who, were staying in, because we went.
They
into the
waited in a
back
line.
for long time.
Like there was like a half hour, 45-minute line to get in just to get the Ahsoka lightsabers.
Yep.
And the next day we were walking through the parks and people were just walking in and getting them without waiting.
Yeah.
And I'm like, these people wasted so much of their time at the party thinking they were getting this special
very,
merchandise.
very
and
frustrating.
They could have gotten it any time afterwards.
Plus a lot of that, like especially that lightsaber, it was in a box that was like 80 feet
way
by
too big.
40 feet. Like how are you supposed to get that around?
So sometimes the merch can be a really cute thing and really a plus, but sometimes it's just not as big a draw as you might think. It depends on the event. It depends on what your tastes are and what you want to get out of things. There's a reason we don't really have like hardly any merchandise from After Dark events because it just doesn't appeal to us. We've shopped, we've seen them, we're just not that interested in them.
Yeah.
So, overall, I know I would say, I don't know what you'd say, but I know I'd say, I think it's worth it. But you have to really want to go, not just like have a passing interest.
Yep. If it's just like, oh, this is going on the same time we're there, but I don't really care about the theme of it, or I'm worried about my expense sheet, then probably don't do it. But if you have the money for it, and especially if it appeals to you, like the theme of it or
Yeah.
whatever, then do it. Yeah, they're way fun. They're a once in a lifetime experience if you just do it the one time. So
Yeah. But yeah, so we will always, I don't think it's a shocker that we're saying, yeah, it's worth the money. It's just that we're not saying like, oh, 100% you have to go. It's more like, you should consider it.
yeah, it's not like a must-do thing.
If you're
for
on the
life.
fence and you're just thinking like, I don't know, is it really going to be worth the money? I would say consider giving it a try, especially if there's a night that really is calling you. Like if you're really into the Disney Channel night because you like that sort of nostalgia that they offer, it's mostly 90s.
Yeah.
90s and 2000s nostalgia. If that really calls to you and you're on the fence, just go for it. I think you'll have a good time.
There are other things I would say like that are kind of comparable price and just a different thing. Like I was thinking of certain special tours, like those kinds of things. I think you really have to consider, like they're must-dos. These things are probably must-do, but it depends.
I wouldn't even necessarily put it must do. It's really, I would say if you heard the After Dark events this year and none of them really stood out to you,
Yeah,
then don't
do
go
it.
to one.
Yeah.
But if there's one that like, oh, that does sound pretty fun, I would just go for it.
Yep.
I think that it would be worth your while. But if not, then wait until next year because you know there's going to be at least one that's new, and see if that
See if it strikes your fancy.
Yep. But there's a reason why we just generally go to Pride Night. It definitely appeals to us mostly. I don't know how much fun we would have at Disney Channel Night. I think we would have fun. It's not like the most fun that we would ever have.
No, a lot of
there's a lot of 2000 stuff that doesn't appeal to you.
Since you had to pay for Disney Channel, I wasn't that rich as a kid. I did the free trial and
never did.
Recorded everything on my VHS.
I would like to go to Sweethearts Night, though.
Yes.
I think that'd be a lot of fun. So
sometime
we'll try that out. But as you know, we've tried Star Wars Night. We were good.
I would love to do it again, but it's just...
They'd have to change some things about the event.
Just so much to do in so little time.
Yeah.
And
you walk out feeling like you got nothing done.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate with the amount of money that you spend on it. But at any rate, hopefully this helps you guys make some decisions a little bit more as you go through. To help you save other money as well, then use our friends at Getaway Today. Link is in the description.
Why can't they get us free, or anyone free After Dark events?
And how is that supposed to happen?
I'm just kidding, I don't know.
Yeah, Disneyland's definitely not getting them. But they are great to work with. They can answer a lot of questions, especially about park tickets and hotels. So use them.
Yep. Make sure you follow us on Instagram and Facebook, and message us mostly through Instagram.
Well, not mostly. I wouldn't say that. I would say just be patient with stuff, especially if you get an automated message back from us on Facebook. But otherwise, let's see. Subscribe to the podcast to get new episodes as they drop, and then we will see you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.